Why has this property been sitting for 171 days with multiple price cuts, yet it still hasn't sold? Well, let's give this a forensic analysis on the next episode of the Real Estate Forensics. So let's start our analysis by examining what we're actually looking at here. From what you can see, this is a little old house that is in the small town of Orosi, California, which is a small town in the Central Valley of California. List price is $254,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, pretty much a 1,300 square foot home. Now, it's built in 1956, and it sits on a pretty big quarter-acre lot. So it's a pretty big lot, but it's an older home. Now, what can the pictures tell us before we even dig into the numbers? As you can see right here, we're looking at a pretty old house that obviously needs a refresh. You could see weathering, dating here, the peeling of the carport, and obviously it's going to need some sort of paint job. But one thing that pops out at me right away when I take a look is, as you can see right here, it looks like a possible AC unit, but there's one thing that I do notice here that catches my eye. You can notice right here, we see a swamp cooler. And on the other side, we could see what looks like an AC unit that's kind of Mickey Mouse in. It's possible this was an add-on that came in later. So those are little things I could see right away that could be possible flags. Now, why? Because a swamp cooler and AC with a central AC, that means that either this is an AC, it might be a swamp cooler, which is pretty common in the Central Valley of California for older homes. Now, looking at the interior, we could see pretty much that it also looks very dated. We could see that wood panel right here looks very dated. Obviously, there needs to be paint. You could tell right away. Flooring just needs to be inspected. It might be a little bit newer. It might not be. We could see that the cabinets are a little bit dated. Might need a little bit of refresh. The other thing that we notice is that is a pretty big red flag for something that's in the public listing. There's no bedrooms listed. There's no pictures of bedrooms. There's no pictures of bathrooms. So that's obviously a huge red flag that obviously could tell us that there could be some issue here, or maybe just bad pictures, a bad listing. But let's go into a little bit and take a look at the numbers. Now, taking into account using my own estimating skills that I acquired using Bluebeam and using the vendors that I have, I came up with an estimate that is pretty conservative on the rehab numbers. So let's take a look at the analyzer and see what the numbers tell us. Okay, we have our BRRRR analyzer opened up now, and I have already pre-input some of the information, the address, just an offer that's lower than the asking price. I have here my rehab estimate based on everything that I see that the house might need. I put it at $45,000, assuming that there's no central AC, and if there is, we could modify it. 1,250 square feet, and here's the asking price. Now our advanced inputs are set, 1956 year built, lot size, days on market, carport, etc. with the full MLS listing. And let's run the analysis and let's see what it happens. Here we are. Here's the result. Here are our numbers. Verdict, kill it here. Why? Structure risky, we could see. Market demand soft. I told you this is in a small town, which is a sea-level town in the Central Valley. It's not really a big town. It's not really where the refined numbers are going to sustain this type of investment. The DSCR gate for this one is 1.23. This is probably a little high. But what does it tell us? It tells us that this is not worth it unless we bid $183,000 to $204,000, and that number kind of makes sense. What does this tell us? This tells us that this is probably way overpriced. So unless it drops down a lot, it's a clear don't even pursue. It's not even worth it. Unless it drops another roughly $50,000 in price, it isn't worth it. It's not something that we can recover our money out. It's a money pit for us, especially in our investment purposes and what we're trying to accomplish in our business. So, final verdict, why hasn't this house sold? Simple. It's overpriced. No investor can make his money, can recover his money if he puts it in here. There's too many red flags. It's not worth the price and the headache that you would get if you were to put your money in. Okay, so what is the lesson here? The lesson is simple. Run your numbers, trust your math, and if you see something like this, no need to waste more time. This was a quick hitter for the Real Estate Forensic channel. This is the lead forensic investigator, and this concludes our episode.